Kia has tuned the EV6 with the aim of making it more fun to drive, and it has a larger 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery to give all versions an official range of well over 300 miles. Thanks to the super-fast 235 kilowatt charging, you can top up the battery from 10 to 80% in as little as 18 minutes, quicker than you can charge a Tesla Model Y. The only catch is that you won't find many public charging stations in the UK capable of delivering that much power. But more on that later. For now, let's get into the more details. Interior. Overall, the EV6's cabin is about the same size as that of a Hyundai Ioniq 5. However, the Kia feels more compact, and its interior looks more cockpit-like thanks mostly to the larger, floating center console that stretches up to almost meet the dashboard. The EV6's center unit makes room for dedicated and easily reached controls for the heated seats and steering wheel, just ahead of the electronic rotary shifter. Dual 12.3-inch screens stretch across the dashboard behind a single curved panel. The left screen serves as a fully digital instrument cluster, while the right is a touch-sensitive main infotainment display. The menu system is similar to the icon-based setup used in many modern Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis vehicles and is logically organized, satisfyingly responsive, and packed with a complement of useful and weird features like a voice memo recorder or ambient soundscapes. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are standard, but wireless connectivity for the technologies is not supported. That makes the standard wireless charging pad, which just barely fits my Google Pixel 6 Pro, a bit less useful in my opinion, an annoyance that's compounded by the fact that the only USBs usable for data connectivity are beneath the dashboard near the floor. Overall, the EV6 features 4 USB ports, including a pair of Type-C ports on the front seat backs for easy backseat charging. Just beneath the main touchscreen is a capacitive bank that serves double duty as climate controls and menu shortcuts. By default, there are knobs for volume and tuning and shortcuts to various infotainment functions like the map or phone menus. But with the tap of a button, it switches to knobs for dual zone temperature control and buttons for various climate modes. Performance. The EV6 is available with 3 powertrain configurations. There's a 167 horsepower base model with a 58 kilowatt-hour battery pack and 232-mile Environmental Protection Agency estimated range. Upgrading to a larger 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack boosts the single motor output to 225 horsepower and estimated range to 310 miles. Peak torque for both battery configurations is stated at 258 pound-feet. My tester features the more potent dual-motor all-wheel drive setup, which retains a 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery but adds a second motor to the front axle, boosting total output to 320 horsepower and 446 pound-feet. Predictably, more power comes a small compromise to maximum range, dropping down to an EPA estimated 272 miles per full charge. Kia paid particular attention to the charging experience. The EV6's 800-volt system boasts some of the fastest charging speeds on the road today. At a 350 kilowatts DC fast charging station, the Kia can add up to 180 miles of range in about 15 minutes and hustle through a 20 to 80% charge in around 20 minutes. At a slower 50 kilowatts DC station, a full charge takes a little over an hour, while an 11 kilowatts level 2 home or public station takes between 6 and 7 hours. Every EV6 includes 1,000 kilowatts per hour of complimentary charging at Electrify America stations, and some quick back-of-the-napkin math figures that to be around 3,500 miles of free best-case scenario range. The EV6's charging port is also bidirectional. With the aid of the included vehicle-to-load charging adapter, users are able to plug in 110-volt accessories and appliances for mobile or emergency power. Kia even gives the example of powering a home refrigerator for more than 300 hours, which is almost 2 weeks in the event of an extended blackout. There is also a second 110-volt outlet beneath the rear seats. Owners can set a discharge limit on the V2L output, ensuring there's enough range to get home at the end of a day tailgating. Safety feature. The 2022 Kia EV6 comes standard with Kia's excellent DriveWise driver assistance suite. This includes lane-centering steering assist, in addition to front, rear, and blind spot collision avoidance tech and machine learning adaptive cruise control that works in stop-and-go traffic and adapts over time to match the driver's habits. The EV6 also boasts a surround view camera system that aids in precise parking and the automaker's blind spot camera system that displays a video feed of the adjacent lane when signaling for a lane change. Rounding out the packed list of features is Kia's Remote Smart Parking Assist, which allows the EV6 to pull straight forward or back in and out of a narrow parking spot while the driver controls from curbside with the key fob. Pricing. 2 models will go on sale in the U.S., with a 58 kilowatt-hour light model starting at $40,900 and a wind 77.4 kilowatt-hour model with a $47,000 starting price, meaning the bigger battery is a $6,100 expense. The light trim is rear-wheel drive only, while the wind trim can be upgraded to a dual-motor all-wheel drivetrain for an additional $3,900. Meanwhile, a sportier GT line model will also be available from $51,200. Like the wind trim, this only gets you rear-wheel drive. Upgrading to all-wheel drive will cost you $4,700 more. Also, coming to the U.S. later in 2022 is the Kia Ev6 GT. Not to be confused with the GT line, the GT model looks to be a performance beast. Sadly, pricing has not been revealed just yet.